Hi guys, this is Frequency 3 and this is my first video for 2018, and thought I'd take you through a short tour and demo of my new and reformed studio. Everything is working nicely now. It's taken a little while to get it together. Had a few issues with a few bits and pieces. We're trying to get Octamed to work and from Cubase. But yeah, everything is up and running now, so I'll just take you through a few bits and pieces. So my main sequencer is Cubase Elements, which is running from the left hand screen there. You can see it there. From there I've got my Focusrite Scarlett i4, which is the MIDI interface, and then from there it triggers my Amiga, which is here, brand new, added to the studio. Used to use it back in the 90s. Great piece of kit, glad it still works nicely. I'm running Octamed V4 Professional from my Amiga as well. So as I was saying, the MIDI interface also will trigger my Alesis Nanosynth, which is there. I've got a couple of keyboard synths, a Korg X50 and Roland XP30, which are my main synths. And got a little utility mixer here as well, which I run everything through. So that's basically my studio. Right, so now I'll show you a quick demo of everything running together. So basically I've set up a short 8-bar demo in Cubase. It's got 3 tracks. The first track is going to trigger a drum loop sample from Octamed, which I've already got loaded up. Second track is going to play a bass line, which I've triggered from my Korg X50, and then the third track is there, is going to trigger a sort of like a string pad type sound as kind of backing track for that as well. And then lastly I'll be improvising a little bit from my Roland XP30, one of the sounds. So from here I'll just take you through all the sounds I'll be using. I'll start with the Amiga first. Basically, as I said, I've got a drum loop sample that will be triggered from my Amiga. I've already loaded that up. On the screen there it says drum loop Groove Man, and this is basically the drum loop I'll be triggering. So as you can see, I can trigger it from the Amiga there by pressing one of these keys. So that is a half-speed version of the loop. But this one here is the actual speed and pitch that I'll be using in the demo. So as I said, from Cubase it will trigger from the MIDI interface, go into the MIDI interface of the Amiga and trigger this sample, and as you can hear, as I played already, that's the sample. Okay, so that's that sound. The sounds I'll be using for my X50 are as follows. The first one is the bass. And this is the sound of the bass on track 2. So it's quite a nice squelchy resonant bass sound. You can really hear that filter moving there. Right, so on track 3 we've got a nice breathy sound as well. Very nice sort of pad, lush pad type thing. So here we go. And then finally, the sound I'll be improvising over the track with is from Roland XP30. It's quite a nice sharp or sharpish synth sound. So here we go. So that's all the sounds I'm taking you through. So we'll move on and go through the step of actually showing you the music itself all put together. What I'll do now is just play the track I've put together. I'll just play it first with the drum loop, the bass line and the synth pad effect, and then I'll stop it, and then I'll restart it again and improvise over the top of it. So here we go. And that's basically it. So now I'll show you everything running with my improvisation over the top of it as well. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you for watching. Thank you very much.